Okay, this is going to be your favorite video, at least in this chapter, and I'll tell you why. Number one, it's really short, and number two, Mr. Walsh is not in it. Okay, so this video is on percent yield. That's right, percent yield. Why do we even need to consider a percent yield? Well, anytime you have a chemical reaction, such as A plus B, reacting to form C and D, like any other reaction, no reaction really goes to completion. Even though we draw a single arrow right there, which says, look, A and B are reacting to form C and D, it turns out that there's always a little bit of A and a little bit of B left out. Most reactions, under the right conditions, go so far to the right and produce so much product that for all intents and purposes we can say that they go to completion. But they really don't. Usually, they're at least about 90% efficient or better. So in other words, they will produce 90% out of 100% of the possible product that can be formed. So that's the case usually. In other cases, it might be less than 90%, but we're going to worry about those in the future. For now, we kind of assume that reactions go to completion, but they don't really 100% produce all product. There is some reactants left behind, and how we figure out how much is actually produced is what is known as a percent yield. Okay, so how do we figure out percent yield? Well, the percent yield is the actual yield. So what is really produced, the amount of product that's really produced, divided by the theoretical yield. Now, the theoretical yield, my friends, and I'm just going to call it theo-y for yield and actual y for yield. The theoretical yield is what you calculate when you do the stoichiometry problems. So if you go back to the previous videos and you take a good look at how to do a stoichiometry problem, what you are actually calculating is the theoretical yield, what you would get in theory if all of that particular reactant reacted. But since not all of it does, since some of it is left over, what you get is less than the theoretical yield, and that is the actual yield. The actual yield is what you really get. So the theoretical yield is what you get from making that prediction using stoichiometry based upon all of the reactants reacting, and the actual yield is what you actually get based upon the fact that you won't get 100% yield. And then we multiply it, of course, times 100%. It ran out of room. But that's a percent symbol. And that's basically how you do a theoretical yield. And that's all to it. It's a very short video. So make sure you try some of the problems, and if you have any questions, see me or Mr. Walsh. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.